Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvi here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we played as Lizard Man. Now who shall we be? How about we Yun-seong? See, so what costumes does he have? Ooh, I like the red. Let's go with this. Let's use the Clang Yang. Yun-seong was searching for the Sword of Salvation, which was rumored to be the cursed sword. Recently, he had been staying at a water mill. There lived a sick boy who apparently had knowledge of Soul Edge, a girl named Talim, and a number of orphan children. One day, Talim announced her intentions to perform more drastic treatment. The boy refused, but Yun-seong convinced him. The boy made a miraculous recovery, but one day, Talim suddenly left the water mill. Yun-seong frankly made preparations to leave. The boy told Yun-seong about the cursed sword and urged him to seek the truth. From the west came tales of a vicious knight with an enormous sword. The man was said to be the wielder of Soul Edge. Shortly after leaving the city, Yun-seong catched up to Talim. He coaxed her into traveling together, saying that it would be more efficient than searching alone. Yun-seong resumed his search for Soul Edge along with her. Talim seemed to think the sword was dangerous, but he knew its properties changed depending on the wielder. He was sure he could convince her as they traveled. They entered Europe, most likely the place to find rumors of massacres caused by the cursed sword. The two of them traveled throughout Europe, gathering information. There were rumors of incidents likely to have been caused by the cursed sword, but they were all events that had occurred several years in the past. There was nothing that would help them locate the sword now. Soul Edge was known as the ultimate weapon. Warriors in search of strength might know something about it. Fought Yun-seong, the two of them headed for the arena.
Now two souls are fiercely entangled.
Alright, I'm getting pumped up! I'll gladly lend a hand, if you want to die.
Versus Gladiator. Fight!
So let's fight in the arena. Alright, the gladiators down.
You win!
That was totally worthless! Let's see what you've got!
Versus Rock. Fight!
Time to fight Rock. Nice. And got another perfect.
You win!
That was totally worthless!
At the arena, they gathered a small amount of money and a little information on what they've learned were two items that might be useful. One rumored to have the Azure Knight, the former wielder of Soul Edge, had reappeared. Other was about a warrior who had once received a message from the ancient god to destroy his Soul Edge. Which one should they investigate? Let's investigate the renewed Azure Knight. If the Azure Knight had been revived, then it's almost certain that the knight with the big sword the children spoke of was no doubt the Sword of Soul Edge. The two gathered information that sounded like it might be related to the cursed sword and headed to a rumor that a temple in Egypt had been destroyed recently, and that the destruction had been done by the sword. Concluded that Soul Edge was involved, they headed for Egypt.
The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path.
Okay, let's give it a go!
Versus Revenant. Fight!
Gotcha!
Fight Revenant. Ow. No, 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 no. Get up, Yun-seong. Took out the Revenant.
You win.
These skills, it's all talent.
The temple had been undergoing repairs. What they encountered inside was an inhuman enemy. Yun-seong defeated it with his blade. Talon purified it. They managed to emerge victorious, but what was this thing? It had to have been a trap to eliminate anyone who was getting close to Soul Edge. Yun-seong and Talon gathered information in Egypt, but it seemed that the Azure Knight had already left this land. Europe was still the best source for information about sightings of the Azure Knight. Yun-seong and Talon returned once more to Europe and gathered rumors about the Azure Knight. Eventually, they headed to a clock tower as instructed. They had to make contact with a man who claimed to know the Azure Knight, but something felt wrong. Things were going too smoothly. Yun-seong thought it might be a trap and left Talon outside before going through the door alone.
This is absurd. You are not worthy to find the sword. I shall kill you here and now. You're quicker than I thought. I was wrong about you.
This should be fun. You're gonna regret this.
Versus Zasalamel. Fight.
Fight Sassanamel. Ow. Ooh, that. Knock him out.
You win.
Hurry up and get back up here. You're still not done, right?
Yun-seong! Yun-seong! Talon's voice echoed with the sound of the door to the clock tower. The sword! You know about the sword, don't you? I place my curse upon you, young fearless one. Without answering Yun-seong's question, the man with the scythe disappeared into the shadows. Follow the man. Yun-seong and Talon followed the trail of the man with the scythe. They soon lost sight of him. All that remained were the man's words echoing in the empty air. The Azure Knight's nightmare era was risen once more, and now wanders in search of the power hour he had lost. If you desire Soul Edge, then seek him out. A gust of wind blew away the man's words, leaving only Yun-seong and Talon behind. Scatter information with the focus on Soul Edge. As Yun-seong and Talon traveled across the land seeking information about Soul Edge, they learned of someone else who was investigating the incidents caused by the Azure Knight. This person would surely know something that would be of use to them. The man lived in Todo, the old capital of Spain. When Yun-seong and Talon arrived, however, their eyes were widened in surprise. The man's mansions were engulfed in flames.
If love for her family is power, then no one is stronger.
I'm not gonna let up for a second.
Hurry up, let's go!
Versus Cassandra. Fight.
Beat up Cassandra. Ooh, that was a good grab. Got a perfect on her.
You win.
That was totally worthless.
Yun-seong felt like he was being watched.
Entrust your noble soul.
Defeat the enemy before it consumes you.
Quit your yapping and let's get this fight started. Okay, let's give it
Fighting ourselves. So I realized what happened the last time I fight this thing as Nightmare. it basically transmitted this blackness to me, so it made me so the doppelganger made me think I was it. When I said, like, didn't I win that fight? Ow, how did it hit me? That attack did not look like it should have connected.
You lose.
Not done yet? I guess you are.
It turned out that the girl they had captured was searching for the information about the Azure Knight, just as they were. She claimed she hadn't started the fire. In the end, they didn't find the arsonist, but the owner of the mansion provided them with information, and he too wished from the bottom of his heart for the end to this matter. Yun-seong and Talum continued their journey. Eventually, they heard of a pirate who roamed the Western Sea. He wielded a sword that sounded like Soul Edge. The two set out to sea.
You shall be dead soon enough, wretched soul.
Yeah, not gonna fall for that one again.
Versus Cervante. Fight.
Ow, ow. Really? You have that much reach?
You lose.
No one can stop me.
9.
Come and get some.
Sink unto oblivion.
Versus Cervante. Fight.
Ow, ow, ow. Ooh, that was a kind of an epic grab, not gonna lie. How did that not reach? Took him out.
You win.
Come on. That was totally a joke.
They defeated the inhuman pirate, but their ship was destroyed. The man's sword disappeared into the depths of the sea along with him. Yun-seong and Talum had no choice but to cling to the wreckage and drift on sea. Several days passed and there were no sign of any ships. They couldn't stay like this indefinitely. They had to make a decision. Swim to the land swim in a direction that probably leads to land, or wait a little longer. Let's swim. They convinced that if they stayed like this, they would be waiting for death. Yun-seong and Talum began swimming towards land, choosing to act while they still had their strength. They had been in the correct decision. They soon found land. They headed east along the coast. Along the way, they heard that someone who appeared to be the Azure Knight had left for the east. Continuing east, they arrived at the ruins in the desert. Talum warned that she could feel an evil energy in this land.
The creation, freed from the bonds of his creator, seeks the ultimate soul.
You ready to go down? Let's go.
Rain of blood shall rain down today.
Versus Astaroth. Fight.
Let's beat up Astaroth. Ow, ow. Oh, come on. Now you're not even letting me do anything.
You lose.
Hell awaits, peon.
9.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Stop moving around. It's irritating.
Versus Astaroth. Fight.
Got a parry on that. I don't know how you're moving before I can. You're usually a slow character. Ah, of course he went for a duck.
You lose.
I'm gonna squeeze the life out.
Let's go.
I'll strangle the life out of you.
Versus Astaroth. Fight.
throw you. How did you block that? Of course you're out of reach of my grab.
You lose.
You thought you could live through this?
9.
Didn't think you would be a roadblock.
Let's get this on.
You deserve to die.
Versus Astaroth. Fight.
How are you doing moves before I can? Like, I know you're not that quick of a character. Ooh. Finally, he's gone.
You win.
That was nothing. There's more where that came from.
The giant they defeated had been warped in evil energy. This was the presence the Talon had felt. Afterwards, they continued to civilization. In search of new information, they heard of a rumor of a great empire of Ming to the east. They set out in teams to search for Soul Edge several times in the past. Getting a hold of information, however, would require a dangerous scheme. They infiltrate the mansion of a high-ranking Ming official. Yun-seong convinced the reluctant Talon that the two of them headed for Ming.
Her graceful sword dance grows ever purer, ever stronger.
I've been itching for a fight.
Are you ready for this?
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
Ow.
It's over!
Come on.
You lose.
You must cut your own path through fate!
9.
Of course, this is where everyone wants to kick my ass.
Okay, I have to do this! Let's go!
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
Really?
Gotcha!
Come on. I went for a grab and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna show you my sword.
You lose.
And that's the end of that!
9.
All right, I'm getting pumped up.
My resolve cannot be swayed.
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
Ow.
It's over!
Throw you onto the floor. Oh, come on. Why?
You lose.
I know I can do
9.
this!
I don't like the.
Why does the AI just suddenly decide, yep, you're just gonna lose, and you're not gonna get a chance to do anything?
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
This is almost as bad when I fought her as said Sakura. Of course, she perfect me because she countered everything I frickin' did.
I told you I won't.
If this keeps happening, I'm just gonna cut to a victory.
9.
I'm not gonna let up for a second.
I'm sorry, but I won't give in!
Versus Xianghua. Fight.
Why are you canceling me out of everything I'm doing? How did you grab cancel that? Finally got her.
You win.
That's all you've got? That was boring.
They defeated the warrior acting as a guard, but Yun-seong was injured as well. In the end, they would wound up fleeing the mansion without accomplishing their objective. Talon sensed evil energy coming from the east, and the two of them decided to trust their intuition and traveled to Japan. She led Yun-seong to an underground arena beneath a certain temple. It was clear that a fierce battle had taken place here in the not-too-distant past. A battle between two possessors of evil energy. As Yun-seong pondered, he was suddenly attacked.
Her shadow moves with stealth and disappears into darkness.
Quit your yapping and let's get this fight started!
Well, at least your stance is correct. Ha!
Versus Taki. Fight!
Gotta fight Taki.
Leave your place.
So let me see, you're gonna be nice to me, Taki, or you're gonna take several tries as well? Oh my god!
You lose.
It's time.
Because I pressed the button before she attacked, but the game's like, nope, just die.
9.
Okay, let's give it a go!
I'm through with words.
Versus Taki. Fight!
What the hell did she do? I didn't even see her do anything and I'm suddenly in the air.
Leave this place.
Stop grab canceling. And she's defeated.
You win.
Not done yet? I guess you are.
Being watched.
The Almighty Ones have granted you a sword to cut your own path.
Come and get some!
Versus Will-o'-the-Wisp. Fight!
Come on. And of course, it wouldn't let me do anything.
You lose.
The sword that the enemy had carried was seeped in evil energy. The resonating fatality. If they traced this reaction, they would surely be able to find Soul Edge itself. Pursuing the resolution, Yun-seong and Talon continued their journey and eventually arrived at a cathedral. In a remote area, Soul Edge was here. When Yun-seong entered the cathedral, a samurai radiating a fearsome battle spirit appeared before him. Was he after Soul Edge?
Enemy of my country! Prepare yourself!
You fool. You actually think you can take me?
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight!
Trying to fight Mitsurugi. So enemy in my country, if I remember correctly, yeah, Yun-seong's is Chinese, while Mitsurugi's Japanese. If I remember, the Japanese and China around this time did not like each other. They often warred a fair bit.
You lose.
I guess you've never heard the name Mitsurugi.
9.
You ready to go down? Let's go!
If you're going to stand in my way, you're dead.
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight!
Go for a swim, Mitsurugi.
You win.
I'm gonna break that sword of yours!
Not even turning to look at the bars that fell behind him, Yun-seong ran. And judging from the sounds of the echoing through the hallway, the battle was extremely fierce. Yun-seong continued to run and stepped into the battle.
If you're after the sword, don't expect to get past here alive. Sorry to keep you. You're up next. Versus Siegfried. Fight!
Time to fight Siegfried. Oh, come on. Whoa, that looked cool.
You win!
Come on! That was totally a joke!
I'm impressed that you made it this far. Not bad at all. My dream is about to be realized. You, however, are not worthy of witnessing this glorious moment. Leave this place at once.
No time for small talk?
Versus Abyss. Fight!
Time to fight Abyss. Let's see how long this takes. Ow! Of course you somehow hit me even though I dodged to the side. How did that not hit you at all?
You lose.
Sink into your soul.
9.
Wanna see just how strong I am?
You would stand against me. Prepare.
Versus Abyss. Fight!
Gotcha!
Ow, ow. How did we trade it there? I want to know exactly how that was a trade.
You lose.
This is absurd. I shall break you like a twig.
9.
Wanna see just how strong I am?
Allow me to teach you the meaning of
Versus Abyss. Fight!
Why didn't you do anything? Why is he canceling me out of everything I'm doing?
You lose.
your end is
9.
Wanna see just how strong I am?
you shall have a taste of my power.
Versus Abyss. Fight!
Plus you react so quickly I have no time to even try to put up a guard. Finally KO.
That was nothing. There's more where that came from. This is what I look like? What I've been looking for isn't here after all. I wasn't able to truly see what it is that I was looking for. No, maybe I was just in denial of the truth. Even without that sword, I'm going to become stronger. I know I will.
And that is Yun-seong. Oh, I don't like the cutscene. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna get rid of the sword you were using, or his default. But anyway, hey, I will leave you to the credits here, and in the next episode, I'll see you as the next character. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the video, as it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the videos. That way, more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.
The legend will never die.